Lieutenant General Todd Semonite, 54th Chief of Engineers, and we're on the road again. Today we're with the great Nashville district, about 9 miles upriver from Chattanooga, and we're at the Chickamauga Lock and Dam, an old structure that's having some structural failure. With me is Cullen Jones. He's the district commander down here. Cullen, this is a lock that's been here a long time. Very, very narrow chamber, 360 feet long by 60 wide. And so when a barge comes down, he can only put one of his barges in here at a time, as opposed to being able to put it through all together. We're going to expand this. We're going to make it 600 by 110, so in the future he can put 9 in here all at once. Tell our team a little bit about what's the history in the last couple of years with Chickamauga and where we at.
Thanks a lot, Chief, and thanks for coming down and visiting. And I know this was one of the first projects that you visited when you took command of the Corps of Engineers. You know, when we look at Chickamauga Lock, it's at the end of its service life. When it was first in place, we had an alkaline aggregate reactivity. Basically, we've got concrete growth in the original lock, which over time, despite the best efforts of operation and maintenance, we're going to have to go through and find a replacement. The great news is, Chief, we're installing a larger, wider lock that's going to increase the capabilities. You think about the industry that we have upriver here. We've got both oil and chemicals, TVA, DOE. We also have the largest amount of recreational traffic that goes through this lock. The ability for us to increase the size and capacity is going to be a massive economic benefit for the area.
So now, old lock is over here, about 60 by 360. This is where the new one's going to be right behind me, right?
Correct, sir.
Okay, so look, I'm going to go back to Adam. Adam is the project manager down here. Adam, you've been here for several years. You got to be excited to see all the work going. One of the big things in the Corps is innovation. How are we going to do this? How are we going to keep it going? Talk to our team a little bit about how you see the next couple of years coming.
So correct, we've got an ongoing contract here that's going to remove over 100,000 cubic yards of the bedrock and prepare the site for future concrete placements, which is going to come in the following contract, the lock chamber contract. That's a base with 13 options, and it's a total price of about $240 million. So we're doing it in options as funding comes available to us. We've got the base contract where we're building the concrete batch plant just off site here. We're going to have a conveyor system that brings the concrete to this site and actually have 2 tower cranes that will be able to distribute it at any point in time that they need to develop this new lock chamber.
So you probably can't see it, but about 6 football fields away is a big concrete plant. They're going to dig a concrete a conveyor belt all the way over, and then right down behind us, you've got one of the walls that was already constructed. You've got to put more concrete on that one. You've got to build another wall, and then on both ends, you've got to build that monolith, that large concrete structure that maintains those gates. So I imagine you got a long way to go, but I'm glad to see that things are going well and you're back on track. You got the right team here?
Absolutely, sir. We've got a great team in place. We're ready to move forward.
So listen, this is an exciting project, and one of the things that's most important to understand, we in the federal government just don't have enough money to be able to buy out all the requirements that America has. So when it comes to our civil works backlog, some of these are going to take a while. But this is one that we want to continue to see invested in. Congress has been very good at giving us what we call work plan money, almost $2 billion in the last year. So the district has come to us and asked for increments of that so we can continue to keep working going. And when I was here a couple of years ago, this area behind me had been dormant, been there for 3 years with nothing working. And what we want to do in the Corps is deliver the program. So we've got to continue to make sure the contractors are down here, our guys are on the ground, and while we'd be nice to be able to get enough money to build this in 2 or 3 years, this is going to be longer than that, but at least we have a commitment to continue to be able to make this thing come through. 1 million tons are coming through this every year. Our nation needs this traffic. We got the unbelievable navigation for the economy, and I'm real glad to have a quality team. Cullen, outstanding job. Thanks for all your hard work. Adam, you're doing a phenomenal job. I'll be back here in a couple months, and we're going to see concrete going in the ground. So for the Chickamauga Lock and Dam, General Semonite on the road again, doing a great job building strong.